You think you know who you are. You think the life you've built is a reflection of your will, your choices, and your decisions. But let me tell you a truth you don't want to hear. Your life isn't yours. It belongs to the people you've let in. Take a moment. Think about the ones closest to you, the ones you call friends, family, colleagues. You think they're just along for the ride. No, they're the engineers of your train, laying down the tracks while you're staring out the window. They're not passengers. They're architects, and the blueprints they're drawing will shape your destiny. Here's where it gets uncomfortable. Most of them don't have your best interests at heart. They're not in your life for you, they're in it for themselves. And you? You're a means to an end, a rung on their ladder, a tool they'll use until it breaks. That's the game. The world is a battlefield, and most people are just out to survive. They'll smile in your face, shake your hand, pat you on the back, and the moment it benefits them, they'll stab you in the spine and walk away laughing. You've seen it happen. Maybe it's already happened to you, and if it hasn't yet, it will. That's not cynicism. It's reality. The sooner you accept it, the sooner you can take control. But control doesn't mean trusting no one. That's what fools do. Real control is about making choices, deliberate, calculated choices about who you let into your life. Because every person you invite in is shaping you, whether you realize it or not. This brings me to the most painful truth of all. You are the sum of the people around you. Don't believe me? Look closely. Look at how they think, how they act, how they live. Their habits are your habits. Their values are your values. Their limits will become your limits. Spend enough time with fools and you'll start sounding like one. Surround yourself with cowards, and you'll find yourself hesitating when it matters most. But if you stand with warriors, with visionaries, with builders, you'll become unstoppable. It's not a cliche, it's a fact. You're not as independent as you think. No one is. We're social creatures, and whether you want to admit it or not, you absorb the energy, the mindset, the identity of the people closest to you. So I ask you, who do you surround yourself with? Are they pushing you to be better? Or are they dragging you down into mediocrity, complacency, and failure? Let me make this simple. Your circle is your mirror. If you want to know who you'll be in 5 years, look at the people you spend the most time with. And if that reflection doesn't scare you, you're either very lucky or very blind. But there's hope, because while most people will betray you, there are a few, a rare, precious few, who won't. I'm talking about loyalty. Not the kind of fake, surface-level loyalty you see on social media, where people post empty words and disappear when the storm hits. I'm talking about real loyalty, the kind that stays when it's hard, the kind that fights for you when there's nothing in it for them. Most people don't have it. Most people will abandon you the moment it stops being convenient. But every so often you'll find someone who's different. Someone who shows up no matter what. Someone who stands by you when everyone else runs. And when you find that person, you hold on to them. You don't just hold on, you reward them. Loyalty is priceless, but it's not free. You can't demand it if you're not willing to give it. If someone has proven their loyalty to you, if they've stood in the fire with you, if they've fought for you when they could have walked away, you owe them. You owe them your trust, your protection, your own loyalty in return. That's how you build something unbreakable. That's how you create a bond that can withstand anything. Because here's the thing. Loyalty isn't just a virtue, it's a weapon. It's the foundation of every empire, every legacy, every life worth living. And the ones who stay loyal to you, they're the ones who will help you build. Not the opportunists, not the backstabbers, not the fair weather friends who disappear when the storm comes. No, it's the loyal ones who will stand with you, brick by brick, as you create something that lasts. But loyalty isn't common. It's not something you find by accident. It's rare, and that's what makes it powerful. And when you find it, you protect it with everything you have. Because without loyalty, you have nothing. So here's your choice. Look at the people in your life right now. Are they lifting you up or holding you down? Are they loyal, or are they waiting for the right moment to turn on you? And if they're the latter, what are you going to do about it? This isn't about them. It's about you, your standards, your boundaries, your willingness to make the hard choices, to cut out the rot before it spreads, to surround yourself with people who will push you, challenge you, and fight for you. Because that's what it takes to build something great. And if you're not willing to make those choices, if you're not willing to protect yourself, to demand better, to cut out the dead weight, then you deserve what happens next. The world isn't fair. It's not kind. It's not forgiving. But it rewards those who are willing to fight for their own lives. So fight. Choose wisely. Build your circle carefully. Because the people you let in aren't just part of your life, they are your life. And if you get that wrong, nothing else will matter. Your life is yours. but only if you take it back. So take it back. You think you're doing everything right, don't you? You think if you just keep your head down, grind away, and play it safe, you'll end up where you want to be. But let me tell you the truth about the road you're on. It's crowded, narrow, and filled with people who'll drag you into the dirt the second you stumble. Why? Well, because most people are followers. They're sheep, desperate for attention and drowning in mediocrity. They'll smile to your face while sharpening the knife for your back. And the irony, they're the same people you let into your life. But there's a better way, a harder way, a path that demands everything but rewards even more. It starts with this. You have to become the architect of your world. And to do that, you need to surround yourself with the rarest kind of people. The stoics, the independents, the ones who walk alone and answer to no one. The kind who aren't afraid to challenge you, to push you, to stand beside you without ever needing you. These people, the true Sigma individuals, are not easy to find. They don't show up in the crowd, waving their hands, begging for attention. No, they move quietly, deliberately, carving their own path while the rest of the world clings to the herd. And if you're lucky enough to meet one of them, you'd better recognize it, because these are the people who will help you reach the heights you're chasing. They're the ones who'll push you toward success, toward peace, toward real love. Not the shallow and fleeting kind that fades when times get tough, but the kind that endures because it's built on respect, on strength, on shared purpose. But don't misunderstand me. These people don't need you. They don't need anyone. That's what makes them dangerous and invaluable. When they choose to walk with you, it's not out of necessity, but out of respect. And that choice makes them the most powerful kind of ally. They don't demand loyalty. They inspire it. They don't need to dominate. They lead by example. They don't ask for trust. They earn it. Now, let me tell you something uncomfortable. There will come a time when someone you trust will betray you. It might already have happened. And when it does, you'll feel the rage boiling inside you, the urge to strike back, to make them suffer. But here's the thing. Revenge is a waste of energy. You don't need revenge. It's too messy, too consuming. And worst of all, it distracts you from what truly matters, building your empire. Let me ask you something. Why waste your time on someone who's already proven they don't belong in your life? Why give them the satisfaction of knowing they still have power over you? No, the universe has a way of balancing the scales. Call it karma, call it God, call it fate, it doesn't matter. What matters is this: betrayal doesn't go unpunished. The person who crossed you will face the consequences of their actions, and it will be far worse than anything you could have orchestrated. So don't waste your energy seeking vengeance. Use it to sharpen your focus, to strengthen your resolve, to make sure your empire stands tall no matter what storms come your way. But don't misunderstand me. Forgiving someone who's betrayed you is not strength, it's weakness. Forgiveness is for the naive. For those who think people change because they've said, "I'm sorry." They don't change. A snake doesn't stop being a snake just because it sheds its skin. Remember that. You don't need to strike back, but you do need to remember. You do need to set boundaries so strong that they become walls. Because once someone has shown you who they are, believe them. Never give them the chance to hurt you again. And that's where your empire comes in. Your empire isn't just a collection of material success. It's the foundation of your life. It's the fortress you build to protect yourself, to protect your vision, to protect the people who have earned their place at your side. And let me be clear, you don't build an empire with traitors. Your empire is built with loyal soldiers, not backstabbing clowns. It's built with people who understand the value of trust, of honor, of standing together when the odds are stacked against you. And if you think you can do it alone, you're wrong. Even the strongest among us need allies, but not just any allies, the right ones. The people who help you build your empire are the ones who will fight for you when it's inconvenient, who will stand by you when it's dangerous, who will push you to be better even when you don't want to hear it. These people are not easy to find, but when you do, they're worth more than gold. They're worth your loyalty, your respect, your gratitude. But building an empire isn't easy. It's not for the faint of heart. It requires sacrifice, discipline, a willingness to make the hard choices, to cut out the people who don't belong, to face the pain of loneliness, if it means staying true to your vision. And most importantly, it requires patience, because empires aren't built overnight. They're built brick by brick, choice by choice, moment by moment. And every brick matters. Every decision matters. Every person you allow into your life matters. So here's my challenge to you. Look at your life. Look at your circle. Look at the people you've surrounded yourself with. Are they soldiers or traitors? Are they builders or destroyers? Are they helping you lay the foundation of your empire? Or are they planting the seeds of your downfall? And if the answer doesn't sit well with you, do something about it. Cut out the weak, the toxic, the disloyal. Surround yourself with the strong, the honorable, the ones who will stand with you no matter what. Because in the end, your empire is your legacy, and it will only be as strong as the people who help you build it. The world is full of chaos, full of betrayal, full of people who will smile to your face while plotting your demise. But there are a few, a precious few, who will fight for you, who will stand with you, who will build with you. Those people are your foundation. Protect them, honor them, and together you'll create something that will last forever.